reiterate and remind the government of today, that's the government of William Samoei Ruto, that whatever you are saying, all those are lies.
Yes.
We know you when you are genuine, and we know you when you are lying.
Yes.
Anytime you are not flying, you are lying.
Yes.
Anytime you are not lying, you are flying. Comrades, power. Number one, we want to say that whatever the president is saying, that is not going to put a signature on the finance bill. That is, you are trying to prove to Kenyans how foolish you think they are. We know very well that this bill went through the parliament.
Yes.
And the demonstration did not only happen yesterday.
Yes.
This is something that began from last week. Yes. So today, you are saying that you are not going to sign something that was passed by the parliament, meaning that after 21 days from yesterday, it's going to be a law in Kenya. Comrades, power. We reminded the people of Kenya that whoever the government is dealing with, we are not nincompoops.
Yes.
We never suffered from leaders' xenophobia. Comrades, power. Leaders' xenophobia is the fear of going to school. Comrades, power. All of us went to school and we understand our constitution. Comrades, power. Therefore, the government should not tell us that they are not going to sign the finance bill, which has already been passed by the parliament. Comrades, power. Number two, we were expecting William Samoei Ruto to address the comrades of this great republic on the university fee. People like some of us here did a degree course which costed 40,000 a year. Right now, the degree course is costing over 100,000 in Kenya. Comrades, power! Comrades, reject! Comrades, resist! Therefore, you cannot come and tell us that you are not going to sign what was passed through the parliament. We are telling you, William Samoei Ruto, if you want this country to look like a country that was never colonized, please play with education. Lower the cost of education so that those who did degree can produce to masters, can proceed to PhDs, and even us, our siblings, can go to the university. Comrades, power. Number two is about jobs. How comes? It's so foolish. It's so absurd.
Yes.
It's so obnoxious.
Yes.
It's barbaric.
Yes.
It's locomodan.
Yes.
And sinoricomas.
Yes.
To say that one day you are in the forefront fighting for Kenyans to go in Saudi Arabia. Comrades, power. Now, let me tell you, Mr. President, here, I was the president of Meru University Student Association. And all of you know of a lady who was stuck in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
She was a Kalenjin.
Yes.
We fought for this lady until right now this lady is in Kenya.
Yes.
By the time we were trying to reach the government of this country, they never paid attention.
Yes.
This lady was malnourished. This lady up to date, there is no single day the status of Kenya has ever helped this lady, except for the few well-wishers. Now here comes the president telling us that he was in the forefront, ensuring that Kenyans are getting jobs in the Middle East.
Nonsense.
This was your own and you never responded. Stop lying to us, Wana. We were leaders and we are still leaders. In fact, we are formless. We don't have a leader of Gen Z. But we just have, in fact, we don't even have the representatives. Yes. Mr. President, another thing I want to address you on is on the corruption. The other day we say, for you to move from Mombasa to Busia, there are over 20 roadblocks. Every roadblock, a police officer is taking something from you. And at the same time, when you go to the shop, again you are being taxed. Mr. President, stop the corruption in this country. We need jobs. The youth of this country make a population of 80%. But there are only 20% employed in this country to feed the remaining 80%. We are in the street because there is nothing we can do at home. And you are telling us you are negotiating for us to go to Saudi Arabia. Mr. President, when was Kenya colonized? Mr. President, we have professions in this country. Mr. President, right now, Kenya is enough even to offer scholarship to the neighboring countries. And you still want to take us outside our country to go and look for jobs. Mr. President, I'm telling you, we have all what is needed in this country. We have minerals in this country. Kenya is even providing gold. Kenya have minerals, we have salt. But the money generated from these places, you are misusing it. How comes in a country where youth don't have jobs, we have office for spouse? Did we elect a man to lead us? Or we elect the man, we elected the wife, we elected the siblings, and even we elected the grandmother? We are opposing this. You cannot have office of the spouse. And we don't have jobs in this country. Communist power. Communist Stephen. We are reject. I'm telling the youths who came out yesterday. Hongera kwenu. Let us go until tuhakikishe tumefika mwisho. And for the soldiers who fall yesterday, may your spirit, not even soul fast, may your spirit torment, these bad heads who are taking our country into a stray. Come back and visit them at night. Torment their bedding so that they should not have peace. Communist power.
This is Omolo Victor, the immediate former president of Maseno University. We are here today once again in your presence, fellow Kenyans, and we only have a few things to say in line with the directives which President Ruto has given this evening. It is very disheartening that we can be treated as Kenyans as fools. Number one, we all know that after 21 days, when the president shall have not openly rejected the finance bill, it is going to automatically become into a law. Number two, the president just fumbled with his speech, and there is no way in Kenya the president has a right to withdraw a bill from parliament. The president can only do two things. The president can either send the bill, or the president can either reject the bill openly in the eyes of Kenyans. This means, and you've seen, there's a picky-ponky game that is being played with Kenyans. The parliamentarians have gone on recess up to July. That means the president is buying the 21 days so that this bill becomes into a law, automatically quenching the youth with cheap PRs and politics. Comrades, we are not going to accept that. And the march to our place, that is State House, where we will take our snack and tea tomorrow morning, is unprecedented, is expected, and we are not going to accept anything if not that. Comrades, viva! We are coming for you!
Comrades, viva! Viva! Comrades, viva! Viva! Allow me to take this opportunity, first of all, and do the most honorable thing that William Ruto did not do yesterday, and greet Kenyans. Fellow Kenyans, how are you?
We are fine.
Are we doing good?
Yes.
Good. We have a president who cannot even greet
We don't have a
his people. Now, allow me to tell you one thing. When you have a girlfriend, and the girlfriend cheats on you, and you catch the girlfriend cheating, and the girlfriend comes back to you and tell you that, babe, I am sorry. Will you forgive that girl?
We cannot relent.
Ruto was our girlfriend. Ruto has cheated on us. Should we accept him back?
No, we cannot.
Reject Ruto, reject.
We are rejecting Ruto in totality.
This thing is now not about the finance bill.
Yes.
It is about bad governance. And we are not going to accept as Kenyans to be led by people who are incompetent.
Yes, thanks.
Again, let me tell you one thing. This bill was projected by William Ruto. True or not true?
True.
He put it in parliament. True or not true? True. His people passed that bill. True or not true?
True.
How come you are coming to us to tell us that you have rejected the bill?
That's a lie.
You even paid these people.
Ruto is
2
a
million.
liar.
Yes.
Ruto is a
Everybody.
liar.
Then you are coming back to tell us that you are now rejecting this bill.
Ruto must go!
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. You are not dealing with our parents. You are not dealing with our parents. You are not dealing with Raila Amolo Odinga. You are dealing with the children of this Republic of Kenya. You are dealing with people who have gone to school. You are dealing with people who are fearless. You are dealing with people who are tribeless. You are dealing with people who are powerful. William Ruto. Those MPs. Kisumu comrades. Tomorrow very early in the morning, at 9, let's meet in Kondele. We will march from Kondele to the CBD, to the State Lord. Power.
Okay, I'm Owira Vincent, one of the youths in Kisumu County, and today we've heard the call of the president about the controversial finance bill that has been rejected with 18 million plus Kenyans. And what we've seen in the president's speech, we want to say that is a total lie. It's something that is a play of a cat and mouse, because this bill was proposed in the parliament by MP Kuria Kimani, who is the chairman of the budgetary committee. The executive cannot cheat Kenyans that they have withdrawn their hands in this bill, while the parliament, where this controversial bill started, has not taken any step to withdraw it. We want to tell the youth of Kenyans that we are well equipped with the Constitution of Kenya, which shows that if the president dissent in signing a bill into a law and take it back to the parliament floor, or withdraw from signing it, then within 21 days, this bill will be a law through act of parliament. So Ruto is playing a cat of mouse with us. And we want to tell Ruto that you are not playing with that old age. You are playing with people who are informed, people who are working with the Constitution at hand. And we want to tell Mr. President, is either you come out and resign or we come to the State House. The way we told you we'll be in the parliament is the same way we are telling you that if you resist one, we have another one to go. We are coming to the State House tomorrow because the executive cannot cheat Kenyans that they have withdrawn this controversial finance bill, while the parliament is still keeping it alive. You know, the parliament cannot keep this thing alive while the executive is cheating Kenyans. We want to tell William Ruto and the cocoon led by Kimani Kuria that you must go to the parliament and withdraw this bill in the face of Kenyans in a live TV coverage, and you must make Kenya look like Kenya. We want to tell Mr. President, you cannot tell youth that you've created jobs like Mjengo, and then you come to a live television telling a professional that nimewatengenezea kazi, nimewatengea kazi. Tunajua uko na uongo milioni moja, and we are coming out with 1 million plus your uongos to take you home. Thank you very much. Comrades, tomorrow we meet in the streets until the parliament withdraws this bill is when it will be officially out. Thank you.
Well, my name is Senior Intellectual Bruce Obongo, and as you know, every revolution must have a general. I'm a 5-star general of the Gen Zs. What we have to say clearly right now, Mr. William Ruto, there is some toxic mannerisms in you. Yesterday when you were talking, addressing the nation, well, we have to remind you that you have to greet the people before you start uttering nonsense. What you have to know right now is that the generation of today is much more informed. Today, we know exactly and clearly that parliamentarians are on recess. We know very well that they're coming back on 23rd of July. And you're telling us right now that you've decided to decline to accede to that whatever bill you have. This bill was drafted in Washington, D.C. It cannot work. It is not applicable in Kenya. The populace have said no. Yes. And we want to remind you, and this should go to the press, you cannot, for heaven's sake, try to threaten KTN just because they covered whatever transpired in the parliament. It is their right that is envisioned in the Constitution. We know very well that the media is the watchdog of the society. The media's role is to take stock of what the government is doing, what the leaders are doing, and to report on their inadequacies. And if you feel you have got some issues to do with it, then you have the honors to go to get a legal redress in the court of law. Yes. The other thing that you have to understand with Amira Ruto is that, one, on this kind of a demonstration, we want vibrancy and it must work. And if you think we are joking, then you will know the reason as to why there was no virgin in the labor ward where you were born. Mr. William Ruto, you have to also take note. We know very well that you have brought into force what is called the martial law. Martial law cannot work in this country. We have the KDF all over, and you've declared a state of emergency. We have to tell you today, it's gonna shock you tomorrow, because these same KDFs are people who are aboriginals of Kenya. We are not going to take that kneeling down. Know this, Mr. William Ruto. Tomorrow we are praying that we have a division in that KDF, and then we get total shutdown of this government and its excesses. We are not going to allow that. Muammar Gaddafi tried that trajectory with the people of Libya by putting the military, pitting them against the people. But this time round, we are going to tell you that we are the people and we have got significant power to direct this country to where we want it to be. Keep your bill at home and use it on Rachel Ruto. The other thing we want to remind, the other people whom we want to remind who are betrayers of this country are the clergy. Bishop Mark Kariuki and Ole Sapit.
Yes.
One thing you have to know is that you are doing the same conmanship that was done by the missionaries during the colonial rule, where they behaved like puppets and ingredients of capitalism and entire extortion, plus, the whatever that took place. We are not going to take that kneeling down, Mr. William Ruto. Now, this message that must go directly to the Gen Zs of today.
Yes.
The power is in your hands.
Yes.
You own everything today.
Yes.
And we want to tell you now, as we mourn of our great generals who died yesterday,
Yes.
we don't want them to rest in peace. We want them to avenge for their deaths. We want them to come strong and reincarnate in our spirit so that tomorrow we achieve that goal which they wanted to achieve. We are not going to allow this. And to our mothers of Kenya, this is your message. You are the last people whose last drop of tears shed on our coffins when we die. When we do not come back home, tell Mama that we tried our best.
Yes.
And we want to tell you right now that Mr. William Ruto, nobody wants to talk to you. Because we are a movement without a leader.
Yes.
We are organic, we are shapeless,
Yes.
and we are formless.
Yes.
We are nobodies.
Yes.
But we are not Sanuma that is maneuvering. Because this is perpetuated. Comrades, viva! Comrades, power! Comrades, power! The other thing that we must also highlight here and now is that the Kenyan populace of today are not our forefathers who were seriously mutilated. But Mr. William Ruto, if you try to touch our lands, our land is our sovereignty. You cannot impose what we call the least kind of taxes on our land. We chased away the white men because we wanted our land back.
Yes.
The first property that is inherent of you as a citizenry of a country is your land. It's your land. Comrades, power! Comrades, power! Comrades, Ria! Comrades, Ria! We want to shape this country today.
Yes.
As we go to war tomorrow.
Yes.
I want to remind comrades
Yes.
that there is a very beautiful hotel in Nairobi.
Yes.
It is called Hilton Hotel.
Yes.
It has got very nice meals.
Yes.
And it has got beds and mattresses for all the women reps in this country.
Yes.
It is called Western Hotel.
Yes.
After the demonstrations tomorrow,
Yes.
let us visit Western Hotel.
Yes.
You are watching Media One International, always fast and fast. Like, share, and subscribe.